If you've never been, you've got to come to Lake Jocassee. We stopped at a convenience store called Keowee Lake Shop, very close to Lake Jocassee, which doesn't make sense.
Keowee's right there.
We have decided next time we do this, we're going to get breakfast here because it looks really good.
If you're going to visit the waterfall, the best place to launch kayaks is at the furthest day-use boat ramp. When you enter Devil's Fork State Park, you'll turn left on the first road, pass by the campground on your right, and another parking lot on your right. Then you'll find yourself at a fork in the road, and you'll take the left fork. Go to the end of the ramp, and you're there.
Our plan today is to launch here at the day-use boat ramp and kayak over to the waterfall here, hugging the shoreline so that Eric can fish. Devil's Fork State Park is the only public access to Lake Jocassee. The waterfalls are accessible only by boat, and the land around the lake remains mostly undeveloped. 4 mountain streams and several waterfalls feed into the lake, making it cooler than others and a great South Carolina trout fishing spot. The park has several public boat ramps, lakeside villas, standard campsites for RV or tent camping, a boat-in campground that only can be accessed by boat, picnic shelters, and a 1-mile nature trail.
Wait, who's that on the other side? It's Cheryl! Woohoo! You've got Keowee on the south side, the Keowee Dam, but it flows both ways. Sometimes they take water from Jocassee to Keowee, and then in times of low energy, they'll pull water back from Keowee to Jocassee. They also have another reservoir, a man-made reservoir at the top of the mountain on the side we're heading toward, which is the southeast side, that they pump water up in times of excess energy into the reservoir, and then when they need energy, they'll let it flow back down and generate the turbines. So when you're in a kayak and you're on some of these river arms and creek arms, you gotta be careful because the direction of the current can change, and it's a big mountain lake, so storms tend to kind of pop up out of nowhere when there's weather, and the waves here, I've heard, are as bad as the ocean. So you got to be very careful out here. It's dangerous, very deep too. Right now we're probably sitting in 30 or 40 foot of water, and we're a stone's throw away from the shore.
But it's the most beautiful lake I've ever been on.
I know, this is beautiful. Look at it. The camera just cannot catch how beautiful that is. So I've got a deep diving lure here on the right. Hot lips, baby. And it, for some reason I tied it off on a little ultralight, so maybe I'll catch something big and have a hell of a fight. The lure's giving me a fight.
It's the first time I can actually pedal faster than you.
looks like a good place to go swimming or fishing or just hanging out. And look, we just pulled our kayaks right on up here. We made it out here to the waterfall. It took, I think it was about 2 miles. Is that right? 2 miles? Maybe a little more than 2 miles out here. A little more than an hour for us to pedal out here. And our kayaks, of course, are not recreational kayaks, so they're not really fast. But we made it. This is good stuff here. Don't fall. Oh, don't fall. That's good. No. No.
This lake has crappie brim, trout, bass, all the black bass species. 2 of the 3 black bass species, the smallmouth and the red eye, have the state records out of this lake. And you'll catch some weird concoctions of smallmouth and spotted mixed, or spotted bass or red eyes. So I think actually what I heard was the state stopped recognizing the state records because they're actually hybrid. So neat stuff. Let's see if I can put one on the line. Woohoo! I'm definitely not a bass species or even fish species expert, but it's pretty. Comment down below if you know what kind of fish that was.
We've been out here about 45 minutes and not a single soul has come out here. We've had the waterfall all to ourselves. If you come out early, as usual, there will be less kayak traffic and less boating traffic. Pretty much the only people that are out here right now are fishermen. The thing I love about Lake Jocassee is it's not overgrown with a lot of houses on the shoreline. So it's this unspoiled land that you have a view of when you're on the lake.
We're out here at I believe it's called Bad Creek. It's one of the easiest accessible waterfalls from the kayak boat landings there. There's 2 kayak landings and a big boat landing, but this is the furthest one out. And this is about 2-mile paddle to get out here, but you have 2 little waterfalls kind of trickle down. They're not big or anything. If you go straight across the lake from the kayak boat ramp across the main body of water there and up those river channels, there's 2 more waterfalls there. A little bit bigger, a little more scenic, but also a little more trafficked by boats, of course. And on the other side of the lake, it's not really accessible by kayak. They have people that will take your kayak out and drop you off somewhere out there, and you can paddle back, because it's about a 4-mile one way to the other waterfalls out there. Some of the local businesses at the lake that offer all kinds of activities. There's a place where you can rent the kayaks right near the main boat ramp. They have kayaks, they got SUPs, they got canoes, any kind of water activity you want to do. They
Scuba
run
diving.
right there. Huh?
Scuba diving.
There's also a ramp for scuba diving they built, and apparently it's a nice concrete walk-in. There's a lot of little hidden treasures people have placed down there for scuba divers. I don't know any scuba divers. Oh wait, Cheryl's a scuba diver.
You're a scuba diver.
I scuba dived a couple times. I'm a licensed scuba diver. I would definitely learn again before I did any of that. But also there's charters. So if you're interested in catching fish, people that know what they're doing, have the proper equipment, there is several charter companies that operate out of here. You'll see lots of charter pontoons for fishing.
There are actually 2 waterfalls in this Back Creek area, the larger one on the right side of the peninsula and a smaller one on the left side.
We've been out here over 4 hours. I'm thinking about a pimento cheese sandwich.
Huh? Pimento cheese sandwiches! Wow, what an awesome time. Jocassee is the most beautiful place on earth, I gotta say. It's if you're going to fish and you can catch nothing and still have a great time because it's freaking gorgeous. You're out like seeing mountains and clear water. I literally fished in a tree about 15 to 20 foot down. I can see my lure going around the branches. It's so clear. If you haven't experienced it, go check it out. But don't do it on the day while we're there because we want it to ourselves while we're there. So what do you think, Cheryl? What's your
I thought it was beautiful and amazing. It's my favorite lake to go to. Mountain lakes are pretty awesome.
Mountain lakes for the win! And then when you're driving back, the little store up here we went to get the worms.
Pimento cheese.
Gotta get the pimento cheese sandwich from that store. So I rank Jocassee #1 state park in South Carolina. Where do you rank it?
Yeah, number one.
Number one. We haven't been to all of them, but
Right.
so far, Jocassee is #1. We'd like to hear from our viewers or our subscribers, whoever you are. Leave a comment below and tell us what your favorite park is and why, and especially if it's a South Carolina state park, because it's hard to beat this one.
We are going to Myrtle Beach State Park next month. So, coming up.
It may
We'll have to check that out and see if that's any better.